So it's day 9 of our program, and I am having tremendous deep emotions, and it's really a challenging time in so many ways. And I want to, oh my God, why did I take on fear as the first boot camp that I'm going to run? Because Spirit guided me to do it, and I am following Spirit's guidance. I follow my inner wisdom. But boy, I don't know that I'm emotionally able to handle it. Okay, so let me just tuck into this affirmation and see where this video goes. Because there's so much that's going on with me right now that it's really going to be challenging to stay focused. And I love the day's affirmation. One of the reasons why I love it is because I am feeling my feelings. I'm feeling my feelings of fear. I'm feeling my feelings of excitement. I'm feeling my feelings of boredom. I'm feeling my feelings of mystery, frustration. I'm even feeling my doubt. So affirmation number 9 says, co-creating my desires. I realize and accept that I am co-creating my experience with the universe. I know and understand that my feelings are my primary tools in attracting my desires and manifesting my dreams. I choose to manage my feelings by giving them full expression and committing to parenting myself with love and compassion. I plant seeds of creativity and I nurture my dreams and ambitions. So, look, I'm going to use my uterus as the focal point for this thing, this thing, because it's mind-blowing. So I've always, not always, but since I've started becoming a spiritual teacher and really going deeply into the meaning of spirit and how it shows up in the material world, I've become very excited and stimulated by the idea that our thoughts can control dis-ease in the body, and that the body is a map of feelings, emotions, and thoughts and beliefs. So my so when I was a kid, I was always forced to suppress my feelings. In my household, my mother was very oppressive, and she was a good mom. She was oppressing because that's what she thought that she needed to do in order to make me a strong woman who took responsibility for herself. She wasn't just mean. She had a goal, she was doing her best. She is not the issue. The issue was how I responded to her oppressive behavior. And my response to her oppressive behavior was to try to survive, to try to placate, and to try to obey. Because there was a part of me, my psyche, my psychic structure was that doing what I was told, being a good person, was important for me. And when I had feelings that were contrary to the rules of the household, my psychic structure said that I am going to get kicked out of the house. No, my psychic structure said, in order to be a good person, I have to follow the rules and do what I'm told and cooperate. This is all very overwhelming for me, so forgive me as I stumble through this. So, because I wanted to be a good person, following the rules was really important for me. Getting acknowledged for being a good girl was really important for me. Being good in school, so it wasn't just in the home, it was something that I also saw in the world. When I was in school, I needed to be accepted by my instructors as I needed to be accepted by my instructors as a good person and a good student. And what happened, though, was that my peers weren't interested in me as being a good person. There were some who were in that same kind of thought, psychic mindfuck that I was in. But for the most part, we're not here to be good people. We're here to express ourselves, to express our creativity. And sometimes, most of the time that actually takes precedent over being a good person. So for me, being a good person was really at the forefront of my thought processes. And so everything I did, like when I'd have feelings that were contrary to me being a good person, for example, when I had feelings of anger, when I had feelings of defiance, when I did not want to do what I was told, when I didn't feel like doing my homework, when I didn't feel like I was okay with the way things were going on around me, instead of expressing my feelings, I suppressed my feelings. And I lived in a household where my mom was really, really big on suppressing my feelings and denying that I had any feelings at all. And she literally would say, "You don't have those feelings. You're not entitled to have those feelings. You can't have those feelings. I don't want to hear those feelings. I don't want to know about it. You aren't allowed. You want to cry? I'll give you something to cry about." The threat, right? And a lot of people heard this. But because I was such a creative child, and it's not just me, chances are you too were a highly creative child. In fact, I know you are. I know you were, because children are just highly creative. I don't care what child it is. That child is a creative, powerful, expression of God, which is why children are so scary. They are creative and powerful and raw, pure creative energy. No wonder my parents, my mom was afraid, and she thought she needed to suppress me, Doesn't make it right, but it is what it is. So as a child, I would feel these feelings, and I can remember. I have to do a lot of inner child work. We all do, but I do a lot of inner child work to go back and rescue myself. Because what I would do as a child is suppress my feelings, and I could feel the suppression working its way through my body. A lot of it, we can feel it when we're holding back our tears. We can feel it right here. We get cut off at the throat. But I would feel it moving through my heart and twisting like this into these balls of energy. This was the visualization that I had as a child, and I could feel hundreds of balls. Like whenever I was upset and I wanted to express my feelings and I couldn't because I was too afraid, I would feel these knots of energy being pushed down, pushed down, pushed down, pushed down, pushed down, pushed down. And I would feel myself trying to inhale. And I couldn't get my breath. And this would happen not just at home, but it would happen at school too. Because I'd be at school and I'd be enthusiastic about something. And I would always, for whatever reason, I was always drawn to these girls that would reject me, I was drawn to girls who just didn't like my enthusiasm or didn't like my way of being, and they would mock me or make fun of me or turn their nose up at me. So I was putting myself in rejections, in the path of rejection. And those feelings, when I would be at school and I would get mocked, there would be this turning up of energy, This is so important because our feelings are what is creating our reality. And I didn't know that I was actually creating, I did know that I was creating something in my body because I went through a very definitive phase of self-loathing and hatred for my body, hatred for myself, hatred for my existence. So the turning started getting stored in my body, and I would even hold the feelings of anger and self-loathing in my body. Anger for my mom, anger for my friends. Friends, they weren't friends, these peers. Anger for injustice that I saw in the world, through the news, through the media, through films. Anger that I heard in music, or betrayal that I witnessed either in my own life or in the lives of others. All that my body became a vessel of holding this energy. And the reason that this is important, it's twofold. It's because I just had my uterus removed. Because my uterus became the holding place for my emotions and all these feelings. And our feelings become matter. Our thoughts and our beliefs become matter. We've got to start understanding this, and we've got to do something about it. So my feelings started manifesting in physical form in my uterus in the form of fibroids. And I've had 3 surgeries now. the first two were myomectomies, where they removed the fibroids from the uterus and then they put the uterus back in. And the first myomectomy, they removed 7 pounds of tumors. And I was very thin. I looked like I was full-term pregnancy. 7 pounds of tumors. That's like giving birth to a baby. Second time, they removed the fibroids. They took out 21 tumors. I don't know what the weight was, but there were 21 tumors. This time, they said there's a lot of scar tissue. Your uterus is wall-to-wall fibroids, and they're large. We're not doing a myomectomy. We're going to do a hysterectomy. Fine, I said. So it really struck me, and I'm going to show you a photograph in a few moments of what fear and negative emotions, and not even the negative emotions. It's not the negative emotions that are the problem. It's the suppression of the negative emotions, what the suppression of the negative emotions does to us because we are creative, and when we don't allow a positive expression of our emotions. This is what happens. So I'm going to show you the photo. So close your eyes if you don't want to see it, because it's coming. I had the doctor take a photograph of of my uterus while it was still attached to my body. I wanted to see it and all its to see what it looked like while it was in. And this is graphic. So on the count of 3, here we go. 1, 2, 3. So that's what my uterus looks like. All those little balls are fibroids. And it is my belief. Okay, I'm taking that picture down. Okay, picture's down. You can look again. It is my belief that each one of those fibroids is a holding pattern of suppression, and it's a holding pattern of suppression. Now, some people turn those that energy into cancer. I don't have the cancer. I don't have the cancer psyche. I have the muscular tissue psyche thing. I get cysts and fibroids. So each one of those suppressed feelings is a tragedy, in that it was turned in on myself as opposed to just being expressed. And as much as I am vocal and expressive right now as an adult, there are still aspects of myself that want healing, that are still in existence. Either you can say they're in my memory files, or you can say that they are in other dimensions that are stuck. Personally, I believe I believe that the dimensions of ourselves, the different moments we've experienced, are active, vital moments that are still living. So for every one of those aspects of myself that wanted to express its anger, for every 6-year-old aspect of me that bit back her anger, that aspect is still active and pulling on me as an adult. So those fibroids are not just from me as an adult. They are instances of those children, my inner children, that are expressing themselves, self-loathing over and over again, stuck. They're in a stuck pattern. I'm telling you, just looking at these photos has awakened me to how much work I have to do on myself, how much work I have to do in the world, for myself, but in the world. Instead of loathing myself, I have to love myself. Instead of creating inwardly, I have to start expressing outwardly. I have to go in and find my self-loathing. I have to go in and find my all that suppression, and I have to set it straight. And it's a process, and I have the process. I've been doing the process. I've been doing the work. But there's another layer of awareness that I have now, where I have to go in and I have to do it even more. Anyway, so that's my story with the fibroids. That's where I am right now. And that's why this affirmation is so important. I realize and accept that I am co-creating my experience with the universe. I can either co-create fibroids or I can co-create programs, novels, anything that I want. I want to create books. I want to write. I want to co-create wonderful experiences with my family and with my friends. I want to co-create a garden of flowers, a home of beauty. It's time to stop internalizing my creations in a negative sense and to start outwardly creating in my true power. That's what this work is about. I know and understand that my feelings are my primary tools in attracting my desires and manifesting my dreams. And I choose to manage my feelings by giving them full expression and committing to parenting myself with love and compassion. The work is to go in and find those parts of myself that are stuck, to parent myself and to give myself love and to give myself compassion and to give myself full range of my emotional expression. It's super important. That's what this is about for me right now. I plant seeds of creativity and I nurture my dreams and ambitions. I can't get to the creative aspects of myself until I get past the drama and the hurt feelings and the wounding that I'm experiencing right now in this moment. Now, it's an ebb and a flow. Sometimes I'm feeling more creative, but right now, because of this surgery, the blessing of this surgery, I am stuck on what harm I've created, what I've done to myself. I'm fascinated when I look at this, what I've done. Instead of giving myself permission to be powerful, I've said I can't be powerful. I have to ball it all up. I have to suppress who I am. I'm so over it. I'm so over it. And the thing is, right now, because I've just had the surgery, I'm really weak, and there's so much anger that's wants to be expressed, and my body can't handle the anger. So instead of suppressing the anger, I have to get really creative about how I express it. And these videos are going to be the way that I do it for right now. I'll share them with you anyway. The writing is part of it. The videos are a part of it. I gotta express. I don't have to share all my videos though, do I? I won't share all of them. I haven't shared all of them. I've made a lot of videos. Yesterday I made 3 of them, and they're all just about this process. I don't want to bore you with the process though, so I want to give you what's, I think, most helpful, and that's what I'm going to be doing. Making the videos, keeping them private for myself, but giving you the ones that have the most useful information, I think. I hope that this particular video is useful. It's very, very, very personal. But I hope that it resonates with you and maybe helps to unlock some of the holding patterns that you might have. Some examples of how these holding patterns manifest. Disease such as cancer, compulsive eating, compulsive disorders, mental disorders like anxiety disorders, having severe anxiety, depression, my God, disease, just dis-ease. The thing is, you can feel it. You know where you're creating. You know where you are creating because you're a feeling being and you're a powerful being. You know it. You might not know what your path is, but that's something that can be discovered. I'm very clear about how my thoughts are creating in my body. I've done a lot of work on it. But you've got to do your work as well. You've got to go in and suss it out. Ask the disease. Acne. Ask your acne. What's your pattern? What beliefs am I holding that are holding you in my reality? The acne will tell you. Disease always speaks. It's your creative tool, just like fear. It's your creative tool, and it will answer you, but you got to be willing to ask. Most of us don't ask. We are just so busy praying for it to go away, and we're taking medication to try to make it go away, that we just don't. We don't ever really just ask. All right, I think I'm going to sign off for now. We have our group session on Wednesday, and I hope that you are able to join me. Book yourself in for a discovery session so that we can do work on Wednesday. So the group session is about us doing work. The discovery session is about us kind of sussing out what it is we're going to work on for you. So if you're having feelings of pain or fear and you don't know how to get through it, then let's have our discovery session so we can talk about it, and then we can actually work out and give you some really good tools in the group coaching sessions. Okay? All right, friends, signing off for now. Thank you so much for watching this video and being in this with me. All right, bye for now, friends.